Welcome back students. So in the previous video we discussed about bridge course. Yes children, we learnt about the meaning of the bridge course and what is the objective of the bridge course. Along with this children, what we learned that the bridge course is necessary or not, and we discussed the syllabus of the bridge course. Okay, so in bridge course what we saw that, yes, we saw that bridge course, it is really helpful to fill the gap which has been taking place in the teaching learning process. Okay children, so the main objective of the bridge course is that to fill up the gaps which has been taken place in teaching and learning process, and it is going to make easy for the teaching learning process, and it will make the subject very much interesting, and you will be curious to know the events what are going to be take place in the teaching learning process. Okay, so children, this is your first class of history. So how can I forget to tell you what is the meaning of the history? Isn't it true, no children? So when the terms come for the meaning of the history children, in history we are going to study all the past events, all the events that has been taken place in the past. Okay, along with this children, these moments are very much important in history. Okay, so here you can see that without history we can't know ourselves. Okay, so this was all about the meaning of the history. Okay, in history we are going to study all the past records, events, periods and times. Okay children, so the today's lesson, this is closely related to history only. Okay, what is that lesson? Let us see here. The lesson that is when, where and how. Okay, as before only I said you that children, history means we are going to study about the past events. Okay, so what has been happened in the past and what events has been taken place in the past. Along with this children, what we will learn here, we will learn the important characters which has been given more importance, which those persons who has dedicated their life to survive the others. Okay, they have given their sacrifice, for the upliftment of other people. Okay, so along with this children, we will study how the growth of nationalism has been taken place. Okay, so today we are only discussing about the periodization. Okay children, what is that? Let us see here. So children, before reading the Indian history, periodization is very much important. So how we are going to periodize it? Okay children, well, we are going to periodize it as a ancient history, which has ancient history, medieval history and modern history. Ancient history, medieval history and modern history. Okay, so along with this, the ancient history has some parts like Paleolithic history and Mesolithic history and Neolithic history. Like this, 3 parts has been occurred in the ancient history. Okay children, first we will study about the Paleolithic history. Okay, so before studying about the Paleolithic history, here I said you periodization is very important, no children? So after the periodization of Indian history, here you saw that ancient history has been divided into 3 parts, that is Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic. Okay, so this was all about the ancient history. Okay children, the second part is that medieval history. Medieval history is also very important, children. So, in medieval history, again two parts are going to be occur, that is medieval history and late medieval history. So in this period we are going to totally study about the Arabians, the Turks. Okay, so as you know that, children, in the medieval period India was really very wealthy and prosperous country, children. So it was going to have a huge amounts of commodities, precious stones, golds. So these many things, those were available in India. So because of this reason, children, medieval history, this is very much important, because in this time only so many invasion has been taken place from Arabians, Turks and Mughals. So in medieval and in late medieval history we are only going to study about the Muslim rulers. So how the Delhi Sultanate they came into existence. So here Ghazni and Ghori's invasion we are going to see, children. Along with this, children, we are going to see here the Mughal Empire's period. So these many points we are going to see in the medieval history only. Okay. So next, children, along with this, here modern history. So the next and the last term, that is modern history. So in modern history we are going to study about the establishment of the East India Company. How the establishment of East India Company has been taken place. Okay, so the East India Company came into existence for the purpose of trade, and slowly what happened, children, here the British, they started to interfering in the political affairs of the Indian rulers. Okay, so here before only I said you in the medieval history, children, the India was really very prosperous country. It was really very wealthy. Okay, so many invasion has been taken place, and each and everyone they wanted to acquire India. Okay, the same intention that has been taken place in the minds of the Britishers also. Okay, they established East India Company in the name of the trade. But later on what happened, children, here in our India, the kings, they were constantly engaged with fighting each other's children, and this situation has been exploited by the Britishers. Okay, so when this situation has been exploited by the Britishers, they started interfering in the Indian politics, and slowly what they did, they acquired the territories of India, and later on they started ruling India. So in their rule, what kind of modern technologies has been implemented, and what kind of education they have provided for the Indians. Okay, what is the role of the Christian missionaries? Okay, children, along with this, the role of Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, freedom fighters, moderates, radicals and revolutionaries, and the most painful part, that is the partition of India. The partition of India, children. So this was also really very most painful part. Okay, so along with the painful part of this, we also has tasted the fruit of our independence. Okay, so these all terms we are going to study in the modern history. Okay, children, so we will move forward. Okay, babies. So next, before I said you that the ancient period that has been divided into three parts. The first one, that is Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and the third one, that is Neolithic. So, well, when we will talk about the Paleolithic age, children, during the Paleolithic period, the man was a hunter and food gatherer. So, in the Paleolithic age, the man lived like a ape. Okay. So at that time, a man's brain was not that much developed. He was wandering here and there in the search of the food, and here he started hunting the animals. He started hunting the animals for the purpose of the food. Okay. So Here, this was the first character. So next here, the people were the human beings. As I said you that the human beings, they lived like a ape only. The people were not aware of neither agriculture. They don't know how to construct a home, and hence the life was not properly settled, children. So this kind of life, this has been led by the Paleolithic persons or Paleolithic men. Okay, so we will move forward. So Mesolithic age. So here slowly the development has been taken place, children. So the man's brain has been developed. He started feeling the cold and heat. So to protect his body, what he did, he started hunting the animals, and the skin that has been used to cover his body. Okay, so like this the development has been taken place. So in this age people practiced painting. In the Mesolithic age people practiced painting. Okay, so in the Paleolithic age, children, it was really very difficult to hunt the animals. So after here in the Mesolithic age, here tools were invented for hunting purposes. In the Mesolithic age, children, here painting was practiced. Man started to cover his body with the skin of animal to protect himself from heat and cold. Okay, tools were invented for the hunting purposes. Okay, children. So here the next was that Neolithic history. So children, in the Neolithic history, the situation has been totally changed, children. So here you can see that the Paleolithic man, he has developed. He has something developed. So here he started growing the crops like horse gram is there, cotton, rice and wheat. These many crops were grown by the human beings. So in the Neolithic history, children, here you can see that the man started practicing agriculture. Okay, so along with the agriculture, here the people started domesticated cattle, sheep and goats. The domesticating purposes also has been started in the Neolithic age. Okay, so man started to keep the domestic animals with him for the purpose of animal products like milk and meat. Okay, so like this the slowly development has been taken place. Along with this, children, here pottery first appeared in the Neolithic age only. Okay, so the people of this age lived in a circular, rectangular house to protect themselves from heat and cold. Like this, the development has been taken place, and by accidentally the invention of fire also has been taken place, children. So the man learnt to use the fire. He learnt how to use the fire. So he learnt with the help of fire what he is going to do. So here with the help of the fire he started baking food, and with the help of the fire he protected his body from extreme cold, and along with this, children, with the help of the fire he learned to protect himself from the wild animals. Okay, so all these things that has been taken place in the Neolithic age. So children, in this particular video we discussed about the meaning of the history. Well, children, in the meaning of the history we learned about the past events. History is the study of the past events. So these points we learnt, and to know the deep knowledge of the history, here the history has been periodized, children. Okay children, so with the help of this periodization, the Indian history has been divided into three parts. Isn't it no children? Here what we saw that the Indian history has been divided into three parts. First one, that is ancient period. So in the ancient period what we saw that there are three parts. First one, that is Paleolithic history. The second one, that is Mesolithic history. Third one, that is Neolithic history. These many parts are there children. Isn't it true no children? So here after ancient history we studied the Indian history also has been divided into medieval history. Medieval history means what children? Here we are going to study about the rulers, the Muslim rulers, the Arab invasions, the Turk invasions that has been taken place on India. So here medieval and late medieval history, in these area we are going to study only about the Muslim rulers, how they invaded India, for what purpose they invaded India. So their rule, their administration, and the new changes has been taken place in the economic, political and in the religious sector. Okay children, and along with this, in the medieval and in the late medieval period what we learn children here, we will learn about the art and architectural style. Art and architectural style means children here the important monuments will come. Important monuments like Taj Mahal is there, Gol Gumbaz is there children, Qutub Minar is there. So all these monuments is constructed in the medieval history only. Okay, so next what we learnt, we also learnt about the modern history. In the modern history children what we learned, that we learned the establishment of East India Company, how the Britishers they came in the name of the trade, and the huge territories of India is going to be acquired by the Britishers through their cunning policy. Okay, they started divide and rule policy in India. So this point we covered children. Along with this here what we saw, that we characteristics of the Paleolithic age. So in the Paleolithic age what we saw, that man was living like a ape. Okay, so here in the Mesolithic age what we saw, that children, people of the Mesolithic age they practiced painting, tools were invented for the hunting purposes. And in the next thing what is that, Neolithic history. In the Neolithic history here man started agriculture and the invention of the wheel has been taken place, pottery was practiced, and children here the invention of fire accidentally has been taken place. So these many points we have covered in this particular video. I hope this video has cleared all your doubts and points. Okay, we will meet in the next video along with this topic only. So children, if you have any doubts, if you have any queries, you please contact me on my WhatsApp number. And one thing children here, today's homework is that you have to make 10 points of Paleolithic history, Mesolithic history and Neolithic history. I hope this concept is clear by me, and children, you all are very good and very intelligent, and I think you will complete your homework and send it to me my WhatsApp number. Okay, so with this I am going to conclude my video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and children please stay at your home. Okay, we will meet in the next video. Thank you. Take care of yourself.